Welcome everyone to another quick tutorial on this channel. In today's video we are going over positioning techniques in CSS. Positioning allows you to manipulate how your elements are placed on the visual screen relative to one another and the entire screen. To begin, I have the HTML code for 3 divs like this and CSS for all of them to have different colors to visualize them easily. The first positioning property is float. Float moves an element to the side specified as left, right, top, or bottom and moves all other elements right next to it. For example, let's say the width of my first div is 50%. As you can see, all other divs remain below the first division, but if I want div 2 to be next to my first div, I can specify that my first div floats to the left to tell the program that the space in the right of the div is actually empty so that the other divs can fill the void. As you can see, the second div moves next to the first. Then we have position property. The first value you can set position to is relative. This means that you will be specifying the position of your element relative to where it would normally be. For example, my third div is at the bottom of the first two, but if I want to indicate space above it, I can add top:50 pixels to add 50 pixels to the top of the div relative position. The other position type is absolute. Absolute allows to specify exactly where the element should be with coordinates of the top left corner. The element will also take up the exact same width as its content when using absolute. For example, I can specify that the third div should start at 100,100. So top is 100 and left is 100, and you can see the associated changes. Let's now say that I put the width and position of my first two divs as the same top and bottom values so that they completely overlap one another. As you can see, div 2 is over div 1. But I can now specify the property z-index, which allows me to manipulate the layered position of my elements and move certain elements above or below one another. By default, the z-index is at 0 and the layered position depends on how elements are ordered in the HTML code from bottom to top. Additionally, a higher z-index means the higher top the element is. So if I now put z-index of my first div as 1, it will move above div 2 as such. As you can see, float, position, and z-index are extremely useful tools to use when moving elements around your screen, so make sure to know them well. That's all for today and I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching and remember to keep learning even if it's a few minutes a day.